All right.
Look
Hello,
at you.
everyone. Can y'all see me? Hold on. Okay, y'all. I'm struggling already. Can y'all see me? Uh-oh. Oh, I got my YouTube up. Okay, there we go. So there's no echo. Y'all, it's a struggle. I'm struggling already. All right. Okay. All right, you can end the live now.
It's on YouTube, guys. We gotta go. How many people on there over there? I'm gonna catch up with y'all later.
Sorry guys, we were actually we were live on another page. I hope everyone is doing well tonight. Let me see my phone real quick. Thank you, thank you. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's see who we got. Let's look at the comments. All right, let me start from the top. Hello, Tiffany Jones, Covey Dinkins, Mussy Nixon, Fearfully Wonderfully Made. She says, hello, new subscriber. Welcome. Candy Loving, Sharon Green, Melba B, Ivy, Roblox. Oh, this is funny. Chandra Long, Cold Gaming, Cheryl Powell McCracken, Dania Goodman, Jamie Hudgens. Hello, y'all. I can't get to everybody. It's so many of y'all here. Thank you
y'all. Thank
guys.
y'all for supporting my daughter's channel. Thank y'all for showing the love.
Michelle Hall, Kimberly Chambers, Jill Heyman. All right. Welcome, Jill Heyman. Thank you for joining. Kimberly Chambers. Okay, I said that one. Tanisha Rogers. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Okay, so this is my first live stream in a while. Oh my gosh. So I'm nervous. Like it's the first time all over again. I hope everyone's doing well this evening. Thank you. Oh wow, we have 210 people watching. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hey, Valerie. She says, I'm a new subscriber. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, so the topic tonight. What is my topic? Oh, yes. So being a wife. Being a wife is easy, but being a high value wife is not. And why is that? Because in order to be a wife, all you need is a willing participant. And all you need to do is just go down to the courthouse and get married. And so, but then by technicality, you're a wife. So anybody can be a wife. So I came up with the name High Value Wives because I wanted to create a community of women where we separate ourselves just from the average wife, and become a group of women that bring higher value to relationships. So bringing higher value to your husband and bringing high value to your kids. So I think I think women, for a lot of women, they think that when you get married, you just it's supposed to be just roses and you're supposed to be all so relaxed and hold on one second, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to close the door because it's kind of loud in the background. Yeah, so I think that women look at marriage as something that's supposed to be fun all the time, something that's, uh, you know, that's supposed to be relaxing. They don't really think of it as work. They don't think of it as, there's going to be ups and downs. They really picture the wedding, and a lot of times they don't really go beyond the wedding. So that's what we're here to talk about, because for women who just want to be average wives, for the most part, um, unfortunately, those marriages tend to not do as well because they'll come in with the mindset that it's all about me and I'm looking for what I can get out of the relationship versus what I can bring in. Versus when you are about to get married, you need to be thinking about, what can I bring? What kind of value can I bring to a man's life? How can I make him happier? How can I upgrade his life? Because he was fine without you. But what can I do to help him, to really be a helper to him, as well as your kids? What can I do to be a better mother? How can I bring high value to my children's life? So, not all women are willing to put in the work. So that's why I created this community. This is a community for women who want to work, who love work. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying here. Hey, Miss Red Lipstick Vibes. Jaquila Janice. Oh, she said, Ashley, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Danielle Vaughn, it seems to be a high demand on the wife from your husband and children. Yeah, we are in high. It is a high demand, most definitely. Patricia Jones, Donna Thomas. Okay, thank you guys, and feel free, guys, to put your comments and questions in the comments, and I'm going to pin it. Cheryl Powell McCracken, she says work. Absolutely. Right? Because we don't get married to just sit around and be cute. I mean, yeah, that's nice too, but you do have to put in the work. The husband and the wife has to put in work, And so I think there's a misconception about being a wife that, you just you get this free protection, you get, provided for, and you don't really have to put forth much effort, which couldn't be the furthest from the truth. So what's not easy, because we said that just going to the courthouse and getting married, that's easy, right? But what's not easy is putting in the work, so what does that work look like? So I think first we're going to go over some things here. Okay. So the first thing is obviously like foundation, cooking and cleaning, your family. I mean, if you listen to stories from older people who grew up in 2-parent households, you might have heard them bring up grandma's cooking or mom's cooking, and they reminisce on some of the best dishes, and it's become a part of their childhood. They didn't have DoorDash and Uber Eats back then, to do the work for them. So can you imagine if for most of your children's childhood, it's takeout food, they don't really have anything to look back on, mom's home cooking, and so the same for your husband, because Uber Eats, DoorDash, takeout, restaurants, these are things that he can do on his own. He doesn't need a woman to order it for him. He can order that on his own, so it's very important. Like if you want to bring high value to your relationship, one of those things is cooking. And yes, it's work. Now, every day, does it have to be like these fabulous 5-star meals? No. And for some of you on here, you'll see that, I cook with my mom. We, for videos, we cook like these 5-star meals, but that's not my life every day. Monday through Friday, for the most part, guys, I cook very basic meals. A vegetable, a starch, and a meat. Now on the weekends, when I'm not working, that's when, if you follow my page, you'll see that I cook, I get more in depth, and I cook other things too. But for the most part, it's pretty basic because that's not realistic to cook 5-star meals every day. Cooking is very important, very important. And it ups your value. So for a woman who actually cooks, home cooked meals versus a woman who orders out all the time, a man is going to see the woman that cooks home cooked meals. He's going to see her as more valuable. Men do enjoy and appreciate home cooked meals. Let me see. Let me pin this comment. It's hard to look at comments and talk, y'all. So y'all just bear with me. Tony Nelson says, marriage is definitely not for the weak. That's for sure. It takes both wife and husband to put in the effort. I've been married for 10 years and 19 years. Definitely isn't perfect. You ain't lying about that, because you're going to go through ups and downs. My husband and I, things haven't been rosy all the time. I don't think you're going to come across one married couple that is going to tell you that it's been perfect all the time. That's not realistic. Let's see. Black Diamond, why do it always has to be work? Would a person ever reach a level of rest in marriage other than old age? Yeah, there are periods of rest. So you're not working 24/7, because there's times where you go to the park, you may lay out and have a picnic. There's times where you're going to be relaxed on the couch, watching movies. I know for me and my husband, that's a typical weekend for us. We're in the house. We're playing his video games. I know I don't look like a gamer to y'all, but he put me on. We're watching movies, we're watching YouTubes, like we just chill, so there is rest, but at the same time, you have to have a good balance of work and rest. And the work actually helps you to appreciate the rest more, because if you're just resting all the time, then, it starts to get old after a while. So let's see. Verna Jenkins, I enjoy cooking for my husband. I love seeing him enjoy it and eating together. Yes, Verna. I mean, come on. This should be a natural instinct for us. We should get genuine happiness from seeing our families enjoy our food. It should make you happy. I mean, come on, as women, this is a part of our purpose, to love and to nurture and to take care of things, So shout out to you, Miss Verna. Let's see. Tamika P. Cooking and cleaning makes a person high value. What if you don't cook and work hard all day? Yeah, cooking and cleaning does make you high value. Any positive difference that you bring to the table, that makes you higher in value, because it's a part of what you bring. And for the second part of your question, what if you don't cook and work hard all day? How are you eating if you don't cook? I mean, are you put in the chat, Tamika, what are you doing for food every day? Do you eat out every day? Because even as a single woman, that is not even healthy. It's not healthy, nor is it like normal to eat out every single day. So if you're single, change your habits, okay? Because it sounds cancerous. But yes, but it absolutely does raise your value. Absolutely. And if you don't believe me, ask men. Go to men that you trust that are going to tell you the truth, and ask them, if you had to choose between two women, one cooks and one does not cook, which one are you choosing? He's going to choose more than likely the woman who cooks, because he's going to see her as more valuable, right? Okay. Let's see. Miss, she said, hey girl. That's my girl. She said, it was a natural instinct for me. That's why he chose me to marry. We both work. We both maintain a home. We both nurture the children. Teamwork makes the dream work. He has a dream too. Absolutely, Miss, she said. And check out her YouTube channel. Put your YouTube channel in the chat, Miss. She said. Some men do love to cook, right? So, but it still doesn't take away, your responsibility also for cooking. But if he enjoys cooking just as much and y'all cook together, then hey, man, that works. Let's see. Fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm not married, and I think this is one of the reasons I didn't marry. I was a single mom, and that was demanding enough. But it's not to say I wouldn't like to marry. I applaud those who are married. So why you're saying that you didn't get married because of cooking? Y'all don't want to cook? Come on, now hold on. Now, most of y'all are coming over from my mom's page. Y'all are coming from my mom's page, and y'all be learning how to cook. Come on now, y'all. I know I ain't got all these women in my chat not wanting to cook. Let's see. Verna Jenkins, men enjoy food, ladies. They even enjoy a good homemade sandwich. Thank you. Hello. The object is, and a lot of times, guys, because what I found is that it was difficult for me because of I didn't have good time management. I didn't have good time management, until I um, realized that, okay, if I get home at 5 o'clock and Victoria's bedtime is at 8:30, that gives me a amount of time to get things done. I'll tell you, one of the things that worked for me is when I walked in the house, I did not sit down and I did not lay down, because once you sit down and lay down, your body starts to decompress, it starts to get relaxed, and it's harder to get up. But because you kind of still got some adrenaline from the day, once you walk in, go ahead and drop your stuff and just get to work. Or you can meal plan for the weekend. You can already have everything there ready and already know what you're going to cook. You can have meat seasoned. You can have the sides done. There's ways to make cooking a lot easier. It's not that difficult. I have worked a job and I have come home and I have cooked. And those are just some things that have worked for me. Let's see. Tanisha Cortez, I love having to do for and provide for and nurturing minds. What is life without your home family? Yeah, and man, to a man, that makes coming home worth it. Women have a way of really lighting up a home and making it warm. As a man, when you walk in the home and how stuff is alive, things are clean. You come in the kitchen's clean, and she's got the pots on the stove and the food is cooked, but it's just like warm. She's got candles lit, the house is clean. I'm talking about, what I've done. Candles are lit, the house is clean, soft music playing in the background, versus like coming home and there's none of that and the house is just kind of dark and cold. It doesn't make a man look forward to wanting to come home. What else we got? Ooh, I cooked 50 some years and he and my 5 kids loved it. He's dead and gone. I'm 70 years old. My kids still call to ask what I cook. Oh, it's so nice. Patsy Moore, girl, you need to come up here, girl. You need to show them. I feel like that's what women from the old school understood. Even women who worked, they were still cognizant of, I still have to take care of my home. Even if I work outside the home, I still need to take care of my home. The home is still my responsibility, despite if I got to work or not. Um, let's see. Thank you, Yolanda Smith. She said, thanks, beautiful, for having this conversation. Thank you for joining us. This is a conversation that needs to be had because, ladies, I really do believe that we need better time management. That's the only way you're going to get things done. So the next thing is cleaning. We've already talked about cooking. Y'all, when you're a single woman, you should be cooking and cleaning like for yourself before you even start building a family with a man. To me, this is just the foundation. You're single, you're living by yourself. I mean, even if you have a roommate, if you're living with your parents, like it should be mandatory. You should be cooking and cleaning for yourself, So not only for the man, but think about before you leave from work, right? Say you get up early enough to clean your home, right? Say you got to leave the house at 8 o'clock and you're up at 6:30. So you clean up, all your clothes are put away, folded nicely. Your bed is nicely made, kitchen's clean, like food is prepped for when you come home from work. The meat is already seasoned, the sides are done, everything's neat and organized. How do you feel as a single woman when you walk into your home? Don't you feel a sense of relaxation, of calm, of peace? Because everything is done and everything is clean. Versus when you don't do that and your bed is a mess and food is not prepped, clothes all over the floor. It's like you're already stressed out from work and coming in from the world. Now you come into your home and your home is in chaos. So as a single woman, do it for yourself. But now when you get married, um, now your man feels that. And you feel it too. You walk home, you feel it, you stressed out. Then he comes home, he's stressed out. Y'all, it's stressful. Take care of your homes. Take care of your homes. I think we're the first generation of women that make excuses. And maybe because we've been comforted, we've been in comfort and we've been coddled for so long to the point where we don't even want to do the basic things in life. Cooking and cleaning, that junk is basic, y'all. This is basic. Um, let's see. Tiffany Jones. I'm single now and I love cooking and cleaning and I love to entertain with my man, watching movies, having his attention, all and everything. I hope that when I get a man, I want to do more than cooking. Absolutely, Tiffany. And I love that you love it. I mean, we should love this stuff, y'all. I mean, y'all are talking about work and how hard y'all work. Do y'all want work to be your purpose? Work is just supposed to be a means to an end. This is just how we survive, right? Because we need money to pay bills. But you have to have a bigger purpose than that. Making the people that love you, like making them feel good, you know, just being at home and knowing that when he walks in, he's going to feel good. Like your purpose has got to be more than work. You guys are putting work over your home. Your home is the one place that you and your husband will get peace from the world. Out there, nobody cares about you. There's no comfort out there. Your home is where you get comfort at. And y'all don't want to nurture, build, take care of your home. Make it a stress-free, clean, happy environment. Some of y'all, we got to change our mindset. Oh, let's see. Some of y'all acting up. Let's see. Okay. Tanisha Cortez, cooking doesn't define you as good or bad wife, but cooking, or at least trying to learn to cook, shows your appreciation for your man and letting him know you want to make sure he's well fed and healthy. Yeah, I actually heard a guy on another panel say that, man, like, if she would just try, like when men see you just try, it's so greatly appreciated versus when you're just like sitting back, like whatever, like I'm not doing all that. Like that's what they don't like. But he said it warms his heart to see the woman that he's with at least try to please him. Right. So good point, Tanisha. What we got? Mr. He said, hey, Mr. He said, oh, thank you for the support. He said, curate that home. Ladies, men absolutely adore. Okay, now guys, this is a man speaking here. He says that men absolutely adore it. And here's the thing, ladies, if you guys don't want to take care of a man, then, ask yourself, do I need one then? If I don't want to take care of him, if I don't want to help him, if I don't want to, make a man's life easier. Just think about it. If it is that hard to take care of your home, if it's that bad, then should you be in a relationship? You have to step back and ask yourself, what am I really bringing to the table? And if it's nothing, then why are you at the table? Why are you there? Tamika Peak, I really haven't found a man worth me cooking for him. Good. Well, look, I'm glad you ain't settling for just anybody, and just being miserable together. At least you can say that you haven't found one yet. But hopefully when you do, Miss Tamika, I hope you start throwing down in that kitchen. And ladies, it's not that hard. You do not need to cook 5-star meals every day. It's ridiculous. Unless you're a housewife and you enjoy that, but you can get burnt out, but just basic stuff. Like I'll tell you my favorite go-to meal, guys, pan-seared chicken, garlic whipped mashed potatoes. Well, not garlic. Why I say that? I be making them regular, y'all. Whipped mashed potatoes and green beans. And it's so quick. And I'll I'll take the meat out, I'll pre-season it, and I'll put it in a glass Tupperware. So now when it's time to cook, really if I don't have the sides ready, all I'm making are sides, and that's super easy, right? And then when it's time to cook the chicken, I take the Tupperware out, the meat's already seasoned, and I just sear it in the pan. So the meal, as far as cook time, it takes no more than 30 minutes, y'all. Y'all got 30 minutes. When y'all get home, y'all have 30 minutes. And then as you're cooking, clean as you go. It's not hard. Juanita Webb said, effort is important. Let's see. I'm not married. This doesn't apply to me. It applies to you if you want to be married. Now, if you're not married and you never want to be married, then you're right. It doesn't apply to you. You're absolutely right. But if you want a happy, healthy, successful marriage, you need to be looking at what I can bring to the table. And what I've listed so far is some things that you can bring. Kim Desmarais, I'm sorry if I can't pronounce that last name. It's hard to be creative when cooking. It absolutely is. But guys, that's what the internet is for. That's what Pinterest is for. That's what Instagram, y'all, there's no shortage of any recipe you can think of is on the internet. Good idea is to start you a cookbook. Just maybe get you a notebook or something and just write down recipes. So if you're having like a block, you can always refer to your cookbook. You know, my husband actually gave me that tip. He's like, you need to just write your recipes down in a book. And most of you guys are coming from my mom's page. Ain't no shortage of recipes over there, you know. But if come up with your own schedule and look, basic stuff for the majority of the time. And maybe Friday is your day. Like, you know what? I want to go all out on Friday, or maybe Sunday. Traditional Sunday dinner, man, I want to really do it on Sunday. I really want to cook a really nice meal on Sunday. But for the most part, look, even me, okay, we keep it pretty basic. And here and there, you may want to switch up and, you know, maybe do some salmon or something or some pork chops. But look, a meat, a starch, a vegetable made with your hands, okay? Not Chipotle, not Golden Corral, your hands. Miss she said we go to TikTok for everything. Great recipes. Thank you. There's so many recipes on TikTok. Kim says, I guess if you can't cook, you could take classes, look at Food Network. Absolutely. That's what my mom used to do back in the day before there was internet. Apart from keeping your home clean, keeping things neat and organized, because there's a difference between keeping your home clean and keeping it organized. Do both, ladies. This is not, now this part is actually more for you than it is for your husband, you know? I find that, first of all, I don't like mess. I don't like a lot of clutter, you know, kind of gives me some just anxiety and it just makes my mind feel clouded. So keeping things clean and keeping things neat and organized, even mail can be a big problem. Get you a filing cabinet. Okay. Get you some folders, label your folders, like all your bills. You can, you know, keep things nice and organized, give everything a place, you know, because that's going to cut down also on your anxiety and your husband's as well, too. Because I mean, who wants to walk in the house and just see papers like all over the place? It's just nice to walk into a nice, clean, clear space, you know, and this will be good for both of you guys. Let's see. Juanita Webb, Chef Carmen has the best recipes ever, doesn't she? And she's got a lot of them too. And my mom's got her own cookbook. Go get you one. IGotYouSeasonings.com. Okay. Bonnie's Ensembles Boutique. I cook dinner in the morning. Hold up. Just that alone. Bonnie, you know what's up. She cooks it in the morning. Okay, she said, because that's what works and when I have the most energy. My husband is fine with me heating up his food when he gets home, and he's very easygoing. Bonnie, I almost want to leave this comment just pinned up for the rest of the live. So Bonnie says that she cooks the dinner in the morning because that's when she has the most energy. So y'all, she gets it out the way before Bonnie. I don't know if you work, whether you work or not, it's done. It's out of the way. Ladies, there's no excuse. Cook. Get in that kitchen and cook. Become familiar with your become one with your kitchen. There's no reason why women should not be cooking. Drummer boy, hey. Salute, sis. What's your Cash App? Oh, thank you, Drummer boy. My Cash App is $HighValueWives. Just like it is on my name tag. $HighValueWives. Thank you so much, Drummer boy. Thank you. Y'all go follow his channel too, Drummer Boy 1980, just like you see in his name. Kim says, my mom had cookbooks back in the days before the internet, or she had recipes from her mom, keeping tradition alive. Y'all, the further you go back to back in the day, that's where you find the women who really understood their role. And we've gotten so far away from that, guys. You know, you can find happiness in bringing that high value to your husband and your kids. It's so fulfilling. It's so rewarding. Please don't tell me that you guys are finding more joy in giving your all to your bosses. Is that where you guys are deriving your joy from? Is going to work and giving your all to somebody, a company that doesn't care about you? What about the man that if an intruder breaks into your home, he's willing to jump in front of a bullet for you? You don't want to give him your best effort. Oh, you're too tired for him. You're too tired to cook him a meal. You're too tired to make sure that that his home is clean, that he's at peace. You're too tired for that. You can't make sure that he has a fresh meal. You want to give all your good energy. You want to give it all to a company that can easily discard you tomorrow, can be gone tomorrow. What about your kids? What about y'all's legacy? Don't you want them to have a happy and healthy environment? These are the only people, you know, on this earth. These are the people that love you the most. This is yours. This is your family. And your job is to take care of them. A lot of you guys in these comments that are married, your husband would die for you. Your husband would die for your son. He would die for your daughter. But he can't get a fresh meal. You can't stay on top of his needs. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Cindy Dornan said, I'll take care of that intruder. Girl, no, you won't. I mean, look, maybe you will, maybe you won't. Because most intruders are men. Okay. So you better make sure you're coming with something powerful, because I've heard it to where women will grab a knife, but guess what? He's a man. It's a joke, a woman with a knife, you know? And you better make sure, even if you have a gun, if you come around that corner, you better make sure that he doesn't have the drop and he doesn't shoot you first, you know? And I hope you're not looking to take care of an intruder when there's a man in the house, you know? Jeez. Cindy, you coming up with excuses. Any excuse to not cook. Let me see what you say. I have to. He's not here at night. Okay, well, that's different. That's different. But let's say hypothetically speaking, an intruder decides to break in the daytime. Your husband's gonna die for you. He's gonna die. You know, there's a part of a man's wiring is to protect his family, and it should be you know, we should adhere to our wiring to be natural nurturers, you know? So, okay, guys. All right. So what I want to do, I have someone here in the studio with me. Her name is Miss Guinea R. Jones. You ready to come up? Okay. I'm gonna add you to the screen. Okay. Oh, now I see my background. Y'all, I was wondering, like, where are my flowers? Now I see it. Okay, so when I'm full screen, you're not Okay, but it's cute though. Hey, Miss Skinny R. Jones, how are you?
Hey, Ashley, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm so happy that you joined us today. So Miss Skinny R. Jones, she has her own podcast, guys. She actually did an interview with me. I want you guys to go check out her podcast when you leave the stream. So tell us who you are, your age, if you're married, if so, how long have you been married, and talk about your podcast.
Okay. Well, I'm Virginia, and that's why my nickname is Ginny. That's like an abbreviation of Virginia.
Okay.
And I just turned 24 on the 26th of June.
Okay.
Thank you. And I have a podcast about marriage, about how to be a wife, about wife qualities. It's called Once and For All. It has like a two-part meaning in its name. It's that, you get married once, and for all, as in like, once for your life, and then you get married once and for all, and your marriage benefits everybody. It's a
Mm,
societal good when we have more married couples.
right.
So
Okay.
that's the name of it. And I
Mhm.
hate to say that I've actually been shirking my podcast lately because I started back up on YouTube and I have a
Mhm.
vlog.
Okay.
But the vlog is not totally like distant from the podcast because it's about my weekly life, and
Mhm.
it's a lot of, my husband and I, and my husband and I, we work together. We have a pet care business that we do, and so, I'm just like sitting here like just listening to all that you're saying. It's just like I'm, trying to grab all of it to think about what I'm going to say. And it's just like, the part where you were talking about, if you're not interested in serving a man or taking care of a man, then what's the point of being married? And
Right.
I totally feel that. And I've been listening to you. So if you guys go
Mhm.
to the podcast and you listen to the interview that she did over there, she really stretches me because I
Mhm.
was complaining about picking up after my husband. And she said, a lot of women, older women, or even young women, whose husbands have passed away, it's a privilege to be able to take care of a man. It's a
Yeah.
privilege to be able to fold the clothes and pick up the underwear of a man who has vowed himself to you for the rest of his life.
Yes.
And so I've been really working on that. I want to let you know.
Mhm. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I love women like you that can hear stuff and say, you know what? I'm looking to grow. I'm looking to do better. So that's awesome. Let me read this comment. She said, a part of a relationship is to do for each other, learn, take, and give to one another. If you have the I'm too tired, I don't got time, or I wish I would attitude, then stay single and don't waste their time. I mean, absolutely. Thank you, Tanisha. I mean, guys, when you get into a relationship with a man, look, we have unique sets of needs. And there's no shortage of men online talking about what they're wanting out of their future wife, So if generally speaking, what men want, then, it would make sense to start to work on that. And if you're married and if you haven't been doing as great as a job, that's okay. It's okay as long as you hear the advice and you say, you know what, I've been slacking and I've been slacking for years, but I'm ready to start doing better. So, Miss Guinea, right? Is that
Yeah,
how you say
you
it?
can say Guinea or Ginny.
Guinea. Okay, I'll say Jenny.
Okay.
How what do you think about like the more modern women? How what do you think as far as their view on marriage?
I think that, it's really hard to tell. I think that's a kind of a make it like a half and half kind of a bag. I think that a
Mhm.
lot of women, especially younger women, I think are just their heart's in the right place, or maybe they have good intentions, but it's very
Mhm.
misguided. And then I think a lot of older women, it's like intentional sabotage, like
Mm.
because they're old enough to know better, and they saw the I don't care kind of attitude, the
Right.
lackadaisical attitude. They saw the breakdown of the home, and they know better, and they saw the havoc that wreaks on society and intimate people's lives.
Right.
So it's like they're giving bad advice, they're sending like faulty instructions down the pike, and then
Mm.
these younger women, who are just I should listen to my elders. I should listen to people who've come before me. And they're getting fed bad advice, and they're thinking, oh, well, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what my mother did. This is what my aunt did. I don't need to work for a man. I need to go slave out for a corporation. I need to go, have all this promiscuous sex when I'm in college. I need to, do X, Y, and Z and not worry about a man, or get married when I'm in my late 30s instead of in my, late 20s or whatever,
Right.
So I think it's half just being misguided and half like actual like sabotage.
Yeah. Yeah. I can, So, and you're saying you think the sabotage is more intentional
I
than
think a lot of it is intentional. I mean, because I feel like a lot of older women, they see it, they've seen it in their life, and it's like, how could you continue to tell women, oh, focus on career, focus on a job, focus on your education, and don't worry about a man, when you saw people in your life and when you were younger do that and it didn't work.
right? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, and I think, sadly, some are bitter because reality hits you when you start to get up in age. You can't rewind time, so you do have to make wise decisions while you can. So some, and not all of you guys, not all of you who are older are like this, but some older women, unfortunately, my theory too, will intentionally give women bad advice because things didn't work out well for them, instead of using their life as an example to say that, hey guys, you don't want to waste time. I'm in my 60s and my 70s, and if I could go back and do some things differently, I would. So but you rarely find those women that will say that, I think, because it takes too much humility to do.
Yes.
Because it requires you to say that, to admit that you were wrong, that you didn't do things the right way.
Yeah.
Renee Bailey, I believe marriage is grown, and in marriage, there are two imperfect individuals entering into the marriage covenant. It's compromise on both parts. Yeah, you absolutely do have to compromise. And you are two imperfect individuals, but when you go into the marriage, the mindset that you have to have is not just I just want to be married because I don't want to be alone. That's a recipe for divorce. You probably got no more than 5 years in that marriage with that mindset. You have to come in like, I'm ready to work. I'm ready to enhance someone's life. There's nothing like coming into someone's life and making it better, and being able to step back and say, man, I participated in that. Let's see. Betty Montgomery says, give your definition of wife and high value wife. It's very simple, y'all. A wife is somebody who go down to the courthouse and she get married. That's a wife. Anybody can be a wife. A high value wife goes beyond just the paperwork. She puts in hard work, dedication, discipline, and sacrifice for her family, thus bringing high value to her husband and her children. It's invaluable, the things that she does. These are things that are so hard to find. It's hard to find women that are dedicated and that are willing to sacrifice. It's insanely valuable, guys. Ask any man, and they will validate this. Guys, also, I'm dropping the link in the chat too. If you guys want to come up, give your opinion. If you have any questions, you'll see my comment under my name, High Value Wives. That StreamYard link. All you have to do is click the link, guys. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. You can turn your camera off so we can just hear your audio. So really quick, I want to play a quick clip. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is it here.
Don't tell him because he doesn't know when to clean and rub your feet that he's not a man. That's just silly. He's a man because he comes home. He's a man when he protects his family. He's a man when he takes responsibility for what goes on about other people's lives. That's what being a man is. You want all these little, trinkets and whatnot. That's not what manhood is. It's about the basics. It's about the solid, down-home things that you have to do. And he's showing up in here all man. All man. Don't be so afraid that you dark this guy away. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Ain't nothing you upset about that serious. Nothing.
From what I
Okay. So y'all, I saw that that clip on YouTube earlier today. And when I saw it, I'm thinking, okay, here we go. Typical woman that came into a marriage wondering, look, what he gonna do for me? What she say? Rub, because he ain't rubbing your feet. You know what? Like what? It's like, man, you're supposed to nurture and take care of your husband, but you and I think it's divorce court. What y'all getting? You getting a divorce? Why? Because he wasn't serving you. He wasn't doing enough for you. So they come into these marriages and their mindset is completely warped. They are looking at how the man is going to benefit me. It's so backwards and it's so insanely opposite of what our great grandmothers and great great grandmothers and beyond were taught. Miss Skinny, what do you think about that clip?
Yeah, it's funny because, this woman is calling her husband's manhood into question because he won't rub her feet. But, I didn't watch the whole clip, I don't, the whole show. So I don't know this woman personally, but I'm pretty sure she'd probably be the same type of woman who would say, you expect me to be a virgin when we're married? You expect me to cook you meals every night?
Right.
You expect me to organize this house? What do I look like?
Yes.
It's like women don't have to have any requirements, but men have to go way above and beyond just to be considered a man.
Right. Exactly. Because look, not only have I seen it personally, but girl, they've even put this in like movies. I mean, there's so much truth to it where women have this long list of requirements and people will say, yo, your list is too long. You probably need to like bring your list down. But whereas men, they just be wanting sex and some food, a clean home, some peace.
Yeah, they want you to be a real woman in today's world.
Exactly. So their needs are more basic, whereas we kind of amplify our wants over our needs, and it's sad. It's really sad. Thank you, Trisha Arled. She said, Cashapp HighValueWives. Yes, that's how you spell it, guys. Thank you so much. You look different with straight hair. I couldn't recognize you. Yes, guys, I probably straighten my hair 3 times, maybe a year. I usually have the curly fro. Ashley, can you go back and address Kim Desmar's question? I'd like to hear your answer. What was the question? Kim, can you repost it? I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, it's hard to like focus on what I'm saying and read the chat at the same time. It's a little challenging. So please repost the question. Tamika says, I think both the man and the woman should share taking care of the home, cooking, cleaning, etc. I don't feel like everything should be on the woman. And Tamika, everything is not on the woman. Everything is not. The man has his responsibilities too, as well, because we all expect our men to step up and protect us in times of danger. You know what? How I look at it is the fact that my man would die for me and my daughter. That's enough for me. This man is expected to give his life up, his entire life, meaning fall asleep in death if we are in danger, and I'm willing to take care of that man. And so, Tamika, what you have to realize is this is what men appreciate, and it's not everything. Cooking and cleaning up the home, that doesn't cover everything in the marriage that needs to be done.
Exactly.
And if you can't do that for him, are you at least doing it for yourself? And if you're not doing it for yourself, then that's another problem, So I don't know, Tamika. Look, you want your man to be as happy at home as he possibly can be, because this is going to I would say put more insurance on the relationship. It's going to cut down on, not, hear my words, y'all, it doesn't mean that your man will not ever cheat. That's not what it means. It will cut down the likelihood that he will cheat. If you are a good woman and you work on having a close, solid relationship with him, his home is a place of peace. It's a paradise when he walks in. He can't wait to get home. He is satisfied. What man is, and it, like I said, it's not a guarantee, but it just cuts down on the chance that it will happen if he's happy. When you listen to men who have cheated, a lot of them were not happy at home. Their home was not a place of peace. Their woman was not a peaceful person. She didn't put his needs ahead of her needs, So he had to, there was, what do you call it? Not a defect. Is it he's deficient. He was deficient. So he's more likely to go out and get what he's lacking, because when you say, Tamika, that, you know what, I'm not willing to cook and clean, I just think we should both do it. It really shows that I'm not willing to put in effort for my husband. And I hope that if you're married, I hope you don't have time for these friends. I hope you're not going out, because if you don't have time to cook and clean, that means you don't have time for fun. You don't have time to go to a bar and, have a drink. You don't have time to go on vacation. So I hope you are sitting up in that house doing nothing, because I'm gonna get you, Tamika, if that house ain't clean, dinner ain't cooked, but you're out with your friends having mimosas at brunch, So let me bring up Black Man Unfiltered and Bonnie's Ensembles. Hi, Black Man Unfiltered. I've seen you before. Thank you so much for joining. What do you think of
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. I want to make sure.
What do you have on the topic so far? What do you think?
I just want to say I'm in awe because I've been in these YouTube streets for a while, and you guys are a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
To hear the things that you guys are saying, because so many panels and so many YouTube spaces, us as men and myself included, we criticize women for what they're not doing, and men try to pour themselves out and say, this is what we're missing, this is what we need, and it's taken as they're complaining. They're men, all men want is women to be their slaves. And when you say the word submission, it's like you're telling a woman she has cancer, right? And these are the things that we do. When you say submission, women back up in their chair and start popping their fingers, and they don't want to hear the word submission. I was even on a panel a few days ago where a young lady said, the Bible says, what did she say? The Bible says that men should submit to women's leadership because women are the true leaders. And I'm
what
like, oh,
is that?
I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
I'm sorry, guys.
So I just want to say that you guys are a breath of fresh air. I wish you guys had a Cash App down there or something. I need to donate something to you guys because you guys are amazing. I saw you guys on another platform, and I was going to reach out to you guys because I definitely would like to do some work with you guys because the world needs to see you guys. The world needs to see you guys in the way you think, the way you handle yourselves, the way that you talk, the way that you uplift marriage, women, wives, men. So guys, I don't know what I have to do to contact you. I don't know what it is, what email I got to use, whatever. But I really would like to collaborate with you guys and do some work to help our women understand and help our men understand there is hope, because there are women out there like what you're looking for.
Sure. And my email it's highvaluewives@gmail.com. It's real easy.
Okay.
It's just highvaluewives and Gmail, so no numbers or underscores or anything like that. So thank you so much. And I think men like you are important as well, because without you, saying what you're saying, we look dumb, really, because it's really our word versus their word. They're saying that, well, we don't have to do all that, and it don't take all that to, be in a marriage. And then we're saying, well, it does. And then they're saying it doesn't. And then we're saying, well, it does. But when the men come up and they're vocal and you guys say, no, it does, then that validates what we're saying. So also, thank you for coming up. And
absolutely. And listen, guys, I just want to say before I leave, I have to give you guys a small commercial because that's what I do. Ladies and gentlemen, High Value Wives, please subscribe, please like. I'm going to share you guys on my community tab, right? I'll put you on my community tab when you guys, I'm going to make sure that I'm already subscribed. I've been subscribed, just been watching. But I definitely want you guys to see, I definitely want the world to see you guys. Hold on a second, because I got a show starting in the background. I don't want to interrupt your broadcast.
Okay.
Let me turn this all the way off. Hold on a second. There we go. So I just don't, I just want the world to see you guys. So please, guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please show these ladies some love. Let's get them to 10,000 subscribers.
Oh, wow. That would be crazy.
Absolutely. And listen, I would love to, guys. I'm telling you, I would love to. I don't want anything in return. I want the world to see you. So my platform is open to you guys 100%, right? Because you guys are doing the work. I want to bring you guys over to my channel, promote you guys. Matter of fact, we can make you a commercial, whatever. And because I think you guys are amazing. And I think that you guys deserve all of the credit. And when the guys hear you guys and the way you're talking, I want to be the one just look on the panels and just see these guys know that there's hope, that there's women in the world like you guys. So I appreciate you guys very much.
Your kind words. I mean, that means the world to me to hear that, because sometimes it can get a little discouraging, especially when you're flooded by comments from women. Saying, no, right. Girl, bye. After a while, it's like, oh, well, dang, like it's like 5 of us out here, So when you come up and say what you say, like that really means the world. And it's so encouraging. And just thank you for taking time out of your day to just come up here and say that. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, I support you guys. And I think on Tuesday, I don't know how busy you guys are on Tuesday, but on Tuesday, I have a show at 8:30. And what we're talking about Tuesday, we're talking about healing the Black. And what that means is there's a lot of healing that needs to take place in our women and our men. And so I would love for you guys to be a part of that.
Okay.
So I'll reach out to you. I'll send you an email, all that stuff. Don't worry about that. But you guys have a great show. I wish you guys the best. Bless you guys. And again, get that Cash App and run it at the bottom of your screen so we can donate to you guys. Come on, I want to donate. I was ready to donate. I'm like, what's the Cash App?
I got it pinned. Thank you, Red Lipstick. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to send you a donation right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You guys have a great rest of your show.
You too. You too.
Right. Bye-bye.
Oh, that was so nice. Oh, that made my night.
Yeah.
Bonnie's Ensembles. Are you there?
I'm
Bonnie.
here.
Hey, Bonnie, how are you?
I'm fine, and you? I can't stay on long because I have a customer that's coming by. But
sure, no problem. What do you have on? Go ahead.
What I wanted to say is that I've been following you for the last couple episodes that you've done. I follow your mom, so that's how I found you.
Okay.
So, nevertheless, what I wanted to say, I've been married for 20 years, and the things that I'm hearing people say, just like you mentioned yesterday, I'm gonna piggyback just a little bit on yesterday about how us being mad and being mean, us meaning Black women. And I was like, wow, I was over here like almost pulling my hair out and screaming because I was like, when I first got married, like the first year of marriage, I was very mean to my husband. Had a lot going on, brought a lot of things in the marriage from a previous relationship, right? But he was just so kind and just like loved me through it. He pretty much just like loved the hardness away, should I say. And I just sat back and just, my marriage, I want to say, first of all, I met my husband in church. And so my marriage is just basically biblically based. The Lord is at the center of it all.
Okay.
And that's what I refer to, because when I look at my husband, I can't look at him as only a spouse. I have to look at him as my brother in Christ first. So I have to treat him accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And we're called to prefer our brother and our sister over ourselves. So that's the foundation of my marriage. But it was just so good. And so you're doing an excellent job, girl. I have so many words. I have so many words. I said she is so on point. And a lot of us don't want to recognize our issues, our flaws. Me, I'm very open to it because I want to grow. I want to be a better person, better mother, better wife, better friend, everything, right? So I was like, I'm open to it. I'm here for it. So it's so nice. I'm gonna show my face the next time when I'm able to get on here. I said it's so nice and so refreshing to hear what you're doing. If you have any questions for me, I'll answer them. But it's refreshing.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Bonnie. That really means a lot. Like I was just telling the Black Men Unfiltered, it really means a lot when the men come up and validate what we're saying. But like I said, women are not, you don't really find a lot of women that are in support of it. So it's nice to also come across a woman that is honest, like let's just be honest. We all
Yes.
done messed up. We done all got ghetto and did things we weren't supposed to do. But what's important is that, like you said, like I was mean the first year, but guess what? I got better, like admit your faults because you can help other women, who are being mean to their husbands. But if you're not honest, if you can't even be honest with yourself and say, look, I messed up or I'm messing up, you're not going to grow, and then you can't help the people around you to grow. So I thank you so much for your support, and thank you for just honesty.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, Miss Bonnie, you can come back anytime. Anytime I'm doing a live stream, I'd be glad to have you. Did you have anything else you wanted to add before you leave?
No, I will be here. I said if you had a question for me, I would answer it. But I could say so much. I could say so much about marriage.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you got a lot to say because 20 years is a long time. What'd you say?
We don't even have enough time.
Yeah. But next time, we're going to be discussing some other topics. I'd love to, have you on, get your take, because you've been married for 20 years. That's a long time. That's longer than I've been married. So, we also want to pick your brain too. And thank you for staying in your marriage and just being, what's so rare out here today. It's not easy to stay in a marriage, but you thugged it out, girl.
Yes, ma'am. Our main thing is that we're committed. We make the commitment to the Lord first and then to ourselves. So we in it for the long haul.
Right. Well, thank you, Miss Bonnie. And we will see you next time. We better see you next time.
You will.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye, Bonnie. All right, that was awesome. So thank you to everyone who came up. What'd you think about Miss Guinea? What'd you think about the last two what do I say, callers? I guess callers. What'd you think about that?
Yeah, the Black Men Unfiltered, that was interesting. The fact that you're linking up with all these different people who have platforms, and we're kind of just like building our own thing. It just breaks my heart. Kevin would be so proud.
Oh no, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was a hard time. I went to my husband, man, and my husband will tell you, like, I was crying. Of course my husband didn't cry. I mean, I think he felt bad, like, man, that's messed up. But I was like, babe, I'm just not okay. I'm not okay. And what made it harder, I think, was the negativity around his death.
Oh my
I didn't
gosh.
want to read any of the comments. Like, it was just so discouraging. It was mean. It was ugly. Like, girl, I've never seen a dead person be so disrespected, and they're not even like here anymore. But at least the guys have learned something and they got something to, take with them. But that was difficult for me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, real quick, Tiffany Jones. I'm so glad I listened and learning about wife versus high value wife. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. I love it when women are learning. I love y'all. Like, y'all don't understand, because we have more angry and combative women versus women who are willing to listen. Just you saying that, Tiffany, that means the world. Even if you reach one person that says, thank you, wow, I learned, I'm coming out of this more aware than when I came in, and I'm ready to make the changes. I'm ready to apply it to my life. That's amazing. But you were in the middle of saying what you thought about Black Man Unfiltered.
Oh, just, basically that, it was really nice to see someone else who has a platform, who's speaking positively, especially, another Black person who's doing it, because our community, America as a whole has a lot of work to do to get back to where we used to be as a family unit, but the Black community especially. And it's really encouraging to see, you know, Black women and Black men coming together and saying, you know, like, we're willing to be the change that we want to see. You know, we're willing to put in the 20 years of marriage, and we're willing to, you know, have a panel with different people talking and, you know, bringing up these positive voices to the light. Because you know, a lot of people think, like, you know, how you were just saying about how, you know, it's nice to see a man talking about this, because sometimes it can kind of feel like, you know, it's just 5 of us women all talking to each other about how much we like being trad wives. But, you know, there's a whole community that's growing, and we need to get these voices out there. And, you know, so people can say, oh, wow, like, you know, I thought I was, you know, the only one. None of my friends think the way I do. They all want to be girl bosses, and I just want to make sourdough and raise kids. And it's like, am I alone? It's like, no, you're not alone.
And that makes you beautiful. Just what you just said. I mean, man, I'm so glad that we have these platforms, because in your real life, you are hard pressed when you shut down the internet. You're hard pressed to find other women who are like-minded. But when you get on the internet, it's like, oh my gosh, there's like little tribes with, like, you know, women who are like on farms and like rolling out dough, and who are really getting in there and wanting to do the work, you know? Really quick, I want to bring up Tamika's comment. She said, so if we ask questions, that makes us combative. I came to support you and be honest. Absolutely not. Asking a question does not make you combative. Y'all, asking a question, it does not make you combative. If you ask a question, it's how you ask the question. It's how you ask it, and it's your response after the person gives an answer. After the person gives an answer, if you're giving excuses, going back and forth, your tone is getting loud, that's when it starts to get aggressive and combative. But asking a simple question like, so Ashley, are you saying that if we don't cook and clean, our value is lower? Does that sound combative? You know, it's not. It's a simple question. But Tamika, I'm glad you asked that, because I think that especially women of color, we need to be aware of how we speak. We need to be aware of how we communicate with men and other women. Because I was just on a panel the other night, and we were talking about differences between white women and Black women as far as femininity. And we were, you know, people on the panel, they were being honest about their experiences with Black women, and just, you know, stereotypical stuff that they've experienced, like, you know, the loudness, the aggression and being combative. And there was a young lady that came on the panel and clearly upset about what we're saying. Very pro-Black woman. And she got loud and she was being combative. It went beyond, Tamika, it went beyond just asking a question. And you guys can feel free to go back and look at it. The video is on Red Lipstick Vibes, and the title is What White Women Understand That Most Black Women Don't. And if you click on that video, you'll see what I'm talking about. In my opinion, that would be combative. But how you just asked that question, the question that I have pinned here, that's not combative. Not combative at all. So subscribe, girl, because we're gonna have conversations about that. You know, we're gonna have conversations about how we should be communicating, because even in our relationships, there's a way that you have to communicate to your man. You have to be respectful. You know, if something's bothering you, there's a way to communicate with him so that you don't come across as nagging or disrespectful. You know, you don't have to do that to get an answer to your question. You know, we have to learn self-control, a part of being respectful, because there are times, I'm sure, Miss Guinea, there's times where you've been mad at your husband, and me too, you know, and I've slipped up too. We're not perfect, but we have to learn to control ourselves. We have to learn, as women, we have to learn self-control. We have to get control of our emotions, because if we don't have self-control over ourselves, our emotions, then we're going to be just like the stereotypical Black women that's snapping and rolling their neck, getting in our husbands' faces, yelling, cussing. You know, we must learn self-control, and we have to watch our tone when we're speaking to not just our husbands, men in general, because you get knocked out here. Okay. It just seems like the more we head into the future, the more men are just not caring anymore, you know? So Tamika, I hope that answers your question. Y'all, the chat is like going crazy. B9, hey B9. I love this woman. Facts. I love you too, B9. Thank you so much for your support. Marion, combative, right. It's the basics we teach our children. Be mindful of how our messages are being conveyed. Agree. But that's a good point, Marion. Because what about your kids? If they have a question, oh, they better watch their tone when they're asking the question. They better watch that tone or they're going to get in trouble. So even you as a parent recognize when a child is being disrespectful with how they're coming at you, you know? So you almost as a woman, think of yourself as, oh God, don't rip me up in the comments. Think of yourself as the child that's approaching a parent. How would you speak to your father as like a 15-year-old? You wouldn't roll up on your father and be like, nigga, first of all, you wouldn't be doing all that. You'd be like, hey, dad, you know, you would show your dad that respect. Same with your husband. You can still get your answer. You can still get what you want the same way. Matter of fact, you'd get more if you were just respectful.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Miss Guinea?
Yeah. The first thing that comes to mind when you say that is the story of Ruth and not Ruth, the story of Esther in the Bible, where, you know, she is the king's wife. And, you know, you would think that being the king's wife, oh, she has, you know, access and liberties that no one else has. But in that culture, you still had to be welcomed into the throne room, and you still had to be welcomed into the king's presence.
And
but
he had to hand you the scepter, point the scepter at you in order for you to be able to speak. You couldn't just roll up. I'm sorry, girl. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And you, because he was the king, and you had to respect him as that. And anybody who wasn't, it was off with their head.
Right.
And so, but she's emboldened because, you know, there's a whole story about how her people are about to get slaughtered and she's, you know, has to stand up for them. But she goes into that throne room and she is pleading for the lives of her people, but she still does it with absolute respect and dignity for her husband, as her husband, but more as the king. So, you know, see yourself as, you know, see your husband as the king of your home, and see, like, I need to respect him. You wouldn't just talk to, well, you might just talk to the president any kind of way, depending on how you feel about him. But you wouldn't just talk to a police officer. You wouldn't just talk to the governor. You wouldn't talk to just anybody any kind of way, because their position holds a certain amount of respect. And we should have the utmost respect for our husband, you know, because he's providing for us. He's protecting us. He loves us. He vowed himself to us. So, you know, when you look at it like that, oh, you know, I'm not going to talk to my dad. I'm not going to talk to my professor that way. Then why talk to your husband that way?
And that's a great example. That's a great example. And it really puts things in a perspective when you say it like that. Strangers that do not care if you die the next day, they don't know. They don't care about you. You would give them more respect than you would your own husband.
Right.
And this man would go through a period of mourning if you passed away. And that's the man that you're disrespecting, that you're raising your voice at, you know? Let me get to some of these comments. Burrito Girl says, yeah, I always try not to sound rude or disrespectful when I ask a question. And when I do, I apologize. That's the key. Try your best. And even if you make a mistake, guys, men love when you are humble, when you can come back later and say, babe, I was wrong. I apologize for my actions. I was dead wrong. And when you don't make excuses for it. I mean, I'm sorry, but you was doing too much earlier. You just get on my nerves when you think you can just, after you said, so you say sorry and then you follow up with like more negative. No, when you just apologize and say, hey, the way I came at you earlier, I apologize. I wasn't having a good day and I took it out on you. Ask him, will you accept my apology? Seal it with that. Men love that. They'll forget all about what happened before. The fact that he's with a woman that is willing, that wants to make it work, man, golden. Let me see. What else do we have? Oh, B9, look. B9 said, Why does this window keep opening up? I'm sorry, y'all. I lost the comment. Tamika, I see you. Said right. I totally agree. All of this is easy if your husband is God led. Of course, it's definitely
Yeah.
if he's God led, but you know, there's also, speaking of God, along the lines of God in the Bible, it says that husbands can be won over without a word. You know, so if there's a husband, that scripture was referring to unbelieving husbands that, you know, needed to be won over. You can win your husband over without a word just by doing the work. So even if he's not being led by God, you can actually inspire him to want to know what God are you serving, you know?
Right.
Because I see that your serving God turned you into a better wife for me. It makes him want to know about your God, you know? So it's not, I see what you're saying. It's definitely easier, but there have been some husbands that have been won over and their wives ain't said a word. She ain't nagged, not one word. She just did the work.
Yeah. And then
Go-
also another point to make is that the whole purpose of this, the whole theme of this stream is that being just a wife is easy, but being a high value wife is hard. So, you know, it might be hard to be led by a man who isn't, you know, being led by God, but that's still what our command is.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's see. Kay Williams says, Ashley, are you married? I am. I was married, y'all. Look, all this advice, I'd hope I would be married, you know, handing out all this advice. Renee Bailey says, I can see how difficult it could be for some women / wives to do this when you are used to doing things differently. But you know what, Renee? It's your life. If it's so difficult that you can't do it, it's your life, you know? But you will pay for the consequences holding on to hurt and not working with a man. You know, you will bear those consequences. See, the men, they're going to be fine. They're going to go and they're going to find a woman that's willing to work with them. It's you that's going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck without the man talking about is, you know, is difficult and we've been hurt. You know, you're just going to be hurt for the rest of your life. So that's why I encourage women, do the work. Just do the work because you suffer. You suffer when you don't do the work. Though you're not punishing anybody but yourself. So, Renee, just keep that in mind. Do the work and you will have a happy and successful, you're more likely to have a happy and successful relationship. Black Men Unfiltered said, let me find out you guys are preachers because you preaching tonight. Rosemary Dean said, I love this platform. This gives me a different perspective. I'm 75 years old and never too late to learn new ideas. I'm getting motivated again. Thank you so much, Rosemary Dean. She is a major supporter, guys. Everything I post, Rosemary is right there, first in line to like it, to leave positive, encouraging comments. So it's women like you, Rosemary, that are so helpful. And I appreciate your honesty and your willingness to, no matter how old I get, I'm still learning. Let's see. Marion says, I'm not perfect, but my practice has been modeling. Married 22 years. We have made conscious decisions to break our family HX, not trauma. Yes, tones can present lifetime trauma. Didn't quite understand that comment. Maybe you can reword it for us. Burrito Girl says, when you know better, you do better. It's not always going to be easy at first. Yeah, life isn't going to be easy. Life ain't easy single. It's not easy single or married. I would rather be married. I'd rather go through this thing called life with a strong man. I don't want to be alone by myself going through life. Y'all see these gas prices. Y'all see this inflation. Y'all see what's coming. Ain't nobody trying to be alone. B9 says your title is BS. It ain't easy for these chicks to be wives, let alone high value wife. LOL, check the divorce rates. I mean, you're right, especially with men going their own way. They ain't trying to be married no more. Yeah. So anyways, guys, I want to thank you everybody for supporting and staying on. Ultimately, ladies, you have to do work. We've been comforted and we've been coddled long enough. We've been told that we shouldn't have to be, we shouldn't have to cook, we shouldn't have to clean, that we're more than just mothers. We've been told to serve ourselves, to go out here and seek self-pleasure, to put our kids first, to put our kids second, put our husband second, put our kids before our husband, and he just lasts somewhere in the back. We've been told all kind of things, guys. But like I said, I created this platform because I wanted to be an encouragement for women who actually want to do the right thing, who actually want to be good wives, who want long-lasting marriages. You need support. You need like-minded women, because women can be manipulative, especially modern women. When you hear so much of what they say over and over again, it can start to affect your mind. It can start to affect the way you think. But if you surround yourself with like-minded women who think the same as you, it's easier to combat some of that stuff. So I think community and B9, this is the sisterhood, because B9 is always talking about, man, the sisterhood is toxic. The modern sisterhood is toxic.
Yeah.
This is a sisterhood that's going to be healthy for women, because we're going to hold each other accountable over here. We're going to take constructive criticism. We're going to continue to fight to be better. Miss Guinea, what are your closing thoughts?
Oh man. You covered a lot of really good stuff. One thing that I thought was really good when you were first talking was about when it comes to making meals. And I don't know what it is. I go through these different phases of things that I like to watch on YouTube. And right now, like meal prep, freezer meal, like clean with me, cook with me videos are have had me in the chokehold. And I've just been watching those all the time. And, it really is really simple to, marinate some chicken, to make some stuffed peppers, or make some, cabbage rolls or something, and then put it in the freezer, and then just, take it out each day. And, you're making stuff. Maybe you have like one day that you take and make a whole bunch of food, and then you have food for the rest of the week or the rest of the month. Or whenever you make something, you just make a big enough batch that you can have two, and then you eat one that night, and then you put the other one in the freezer. So each night that you do cook, you're making two portions. So different things like that can also help. Or like that other girl who made her dinner in the morning. If you like maybe investing in a gadget like an Instant Pot. I live and die by my Instant Pot. You can set a delay timer on it, so there's dump and go meals. That there's like a plethora of those on YouTube. You put them in the pot. You can set the delay timer so that whenever you or your husband, you can set it to where like it'll be done cooking by the time that someone is home, so it can be nice and hot whenever someone's ready. So there's, we're living in a modern age, so there are so many different things that you can use at your disposal to help you be the wife that you want to be.
So it's pretty safe to conclude that women who make excuses about doing it, they don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it.
Yeah, because I once heard a quote. What was it? If you want it bad enough, you'll do it. Or if you, I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but basically like, if you want it bad enough, you'll get it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Because pull up her screen time, pull up the time that she's on her phone, texting with her friends, on the phone with her friends, hanging out with her friends. That's a lot of time, girl. That chicken could have been marinating the whole time while you being a busybody. So you make time for the things that you want to do. And until women start being honest with themselves, brutally honest, here's the truth. I don't want to cook. It's not that I can't cook. It's not that it's impossible. I simply don't want to do it. I don't feel like it. I feel like it's tedious. Start there. Admit it's because you don't want to. That's where I had to start. Just be honest with yourself, because what you're doing is you're spreading this poison to women, and you're making them think that, oh yeah, I guess it is a lot. And it's really not. It's really not a lot. So time management and will and discipline. Yes, you will. Because I guarantee you, if that was the only way that you and your family could eat, you would have to do it. So it's really it really reflects the lack of love, in my opinion, that you have for your family. But guys, I wasn't always like this. Just the same medicine that I give out, I have to take that same medicine. I can't, like, I'm not trying to, y'all, I'm not a goddess among you guys. You know, for a lot of you, I'm no different. I struggle, guys. I really struggle. But I get myself back up and I dust myself off and I try again. You know, every week is a new week. And I just push myself, you know, to the best of my ability. But anyway, guys, we think we're going to go ahead and close it out. Miss Skinny, thank you for joining me. I'm kind of like a last minute person. So y'all, I just sent her a message on Instagram like, girl, you want to get on with me? And she was like, sure. So I really appreciate this. I don't have a specific week that I'm going to be, you know, live streaming, but I would like to pick a day where, you know, I live stream every night, same day, same time, so that, you know, okay, it's going to be Tuesdays at 7:30. So I know, versus like sporadic. Oh, I just think I want to go live today. You know, I think once I get on a schedule, I'd love to have you back, Miss Skinny. You have a lot of valuable gems that you said. I can't believe you're only 24. You have the right mindset. You're on the right track. And I'm really glad that, you know, I'm really glad to have found someone like you. So shout out your podcast one more time before we close out.
Thank you. It's called Once and For All, and that's across all social media as well. On Instagram, it's the #1 CE for all. Twitter, Facebook, I have all that. So let's do it.
Y'all go follow her. She's got some really good content. Also, she did an interview with me, so y'all can check that out as well. All right. So guys, we're going to go ahead and close out. Thank you everyone who participated. Renee, Burrito Girl, Dolores, B9, Black Man Unfiltered. Thank you, Miss Ty, Miss He Said, Miss She Said. Thank all of you guys for being here. Thank you for commenting and just, you know, interacting. It really helps the stream because we feed off of your comments as well. So thank you. B9 said, yeah, Miss G. What do you say? Yeah, Miss G, wonderful. Y'all go subscribe to her. Go to her Instagram. Show her some love. We gotta get you talking too. We need you. The young girls in their 20s, they need you. So we gotta keep you with us. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and close out the stream. We're gonna end the broadcast, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.